Every semester we'll organize guest lecture. Same way this semester also we have organized guest lecture. Today's guest is Mr. Shahjan Samuelai, is Senior Vice President of MAC. On behalf of the department, I welcome today's chief guest. And now I request Roslyn Madam to read out his profile.
Shahjan Samuel is currently working as a Senior Vice President at Maya Academy of Advanced Cinematics, that is MAC, a vertical of Aptech Limited. He has more than 17 years of experience with companies like Kelvinator, MRF, JK Tyres, Aptech and Arena Animation, Manipal, IKYA and IIJT team leads in the last 17 years. He has completed his bachelor degree in commerce from the prestigious St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and has an MBA in marketing. He has done his advanced management program from IIM Kolkata. He became a middle manager at MRF when he was just 26 years in record time and was the youngest state head for JK Tyres. When he was 29 years, he was handling a business portfolio of 72 crores per annum at Manipal, where he was heading the media and entertainment industry. He launched his first MBA in media and entertainment in the world along with Mr. Subhash Ghai, Whistling Wood. The course was featured on India Today's cover page as the hottest selling career program. BSc Animation, which he launched at almost the same similar time, had students coming in from 19 states and 5 different countries. This was the first full-fledged degree program in animation in India and was a runaway success. Can I have a big round of applause for this? His last stint was with IIJT team lead, where he was working as a member of the leadership team of IIJT, a training brand acquired by India's largest placement and staffing company, TeamLead. He is also a member of the Skill Committee for Vocational Training at Federation of Karnataka Chamber of Commerce. He is also on the advisory board of APSC College, Bangalore, and has been as a guest speaker on employability skills in more than 25 colleges in India. He believes inclusive growth is going to come only if we decapitate poverty to the museum where it belongs. That explains his association with many NGOs. He also works as Honorarium Director for Charitable Eye Hospital in Hyderabad. Recently, under the aegis of MAC, he recently pioneered a free stress management workshop with the Bangalore Traffic Police, which was appreciated and lauded by the Additional Commissioner of Traffic and Security, Bangalore, and the participants, and said the program has widespread coverage in more than 12 print publications at Bangalore. Today we have him with us on the topic Campus Transition, and we look forward to you eagerly, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for reading out that long, lengthy profile of mine. And thank you all of you for listening to that. Good morning, friends, and it's a pleasure to be back at Presidency College. Presidency College is like coming back home. We recently conducted a Macatoon event somewhere 2 months back, I think, right? That was a big success. So when Presidency College invited me to come here and speak about campus transition, I immediately said yes. What we will be doing in the course of next 1 hour is I am going to share a lot of my own experience so that you can relate very easily to that. I promise you this is not going to be one of those boring sessions where the speaker comes and shows some 10-15 slides. I don't have any presentation or any PPT. I don't believe in PPT. I believe in sharing my experience. I hope all of you have not been pushed or hurried into this session and you have come willingly. So because next 1 hour you need to give it to me, right? I would also appreciate if that door is closed from inside or from outside so that periodic people coming in and going out would distract the rhythm of my speech. So once again, a very good morning to all of you. Wednesday morning is always good in Bangalore. And to just to, to give you a, ma'am has read everything about me in my profile, but just to give you a little bit of, insight about me, I am actually a Kerala Christian by default, not by design. Which means I am born, bred, buttered, toasted, fried, jammed, peppered in the city of joy, Kolkata. Okay? So today's session is a very, very important session, and you need to pay real attention to it, because in another few months from now or few years from now, you will find yourself, in the wicked, wild sea of life, the corporate life, without any safety jacket. And what I'm going to teach you is how to swim without safety jacket. That is an overstatement. So, all of you sitting out here, let me begin on a very promising note. All of you sitting out here are very, very lucky people. You know why? Because 300 million people in India will not drive the car they clean, will not read the newspaper they deliver, will not own the tractor they drive. How far you go in India and in life will depend on two things. One, the parents you were born to, and two, the PIN code. That's called the ovarian lottery. A student of Bangalore is so lucky, a student of Balasur, a student of Rajgarh, a student of somewhere in the far corner of the country is not as lucky as you. You have chosen your parents wisely. But that's just one part of it. I know all of you are studying very hard. I don't know whether you're a Bachelor of Computer Science or whatever courses you have joined for. All of you are studying very hard in order to get what? A good job, a promising career, a great future ahead. But life in the corporate is seemingly very, very different, difficult, sometimes imposing. Okay? So all of you have come here and signed up for a particular program, BCA or MBA or something like that, and all of you are expecting that there is a rocket. We're all going to sit on the nose of the rocket and the rocket is going to take off. Okay? There is going to be no rocket and it won't take off just like that. College will do a lot of stuff and a lot of things, but that's not enough and that's not sufficient. A realization very early in your career that I got to do more than what I'm studying out here or what I'm practicing out here is very important, and it really sets the pace and really builds you very strongly for your life ahead. Now, one of the key, 5 things your college will not teach you. Okay, I'm not very brutal or not tearing apart the college. I'm just trying to give you a perspective. Okay, so don't think that I'm trying to tear apart the college or I'm completely being negative on the college education. No, it's not like that. 5 things college will not teach you. 1, whom to make friends. 2, whom to love. 3, whom to hate. 4, whom to marry. 5, how to control your pulse. These are the most 5 difficult things or decisions you will make in your life, and this is not taught in any college. Okay? So in life is a very, very different ball game. Very, very different ball game. I did my BCom from India's best college, St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, and whatever I studied in the college, nothing of that I do in my real life. Okay, I have forgotten what is debit, the receiver, credit, I all forgot everything. Nothing, it's redundant. So 70% of what you're going to study out here in the college will become redundant or become less use in your real life. In the real life, you are going to learn everything on your own. Okay? Everything we will learn on your own. Everything is a new beginning. As soon as you step into the corporate arena, whatever you studied in the college or in your campus, I won't say becomes outdated, but becomes just a reference point. And there begins your real journey in life. Okay? I recently met my arithmetic teacher in St. Paul's Burning Day School, where I did my up till class 10 I studied. I went to him and told him that, I have reached over here to stage and all. So he told me that there's a difference between college and organization. In an organization, you have to work along with people to get your job done. In a college, you need to do it on your own. You study on your own. So in college, there is another word for teamwork. It's called cheating. But in an organization, it's collective intelligence. Collective intelligence drowns our individual brilliance anytime, any place, anywhere. It's a power of working together. It's about collaborating. It's not about how fast you can go. Life is not a 100-meter sprint. It's not a dash of 100 meters. It's a marathon. So it's not about how fast you can go. It's about how far you can go. And if you want to go far, you need to carry people along with you. If you want to go from Bangalore to Mysore, you can go yourself. But if you want to go from Bangalore to Kashmir, you want some people along with you. You don't like to travel alone. Okay? So it's about power of collaboration. And in a team, there are different types of people. Okay? Most of us like people who look like us, who walk like us, who think like us. But you need to work with people who do not look like us, who do not walk like us, who do not talk like us. That's called diversity. Okay? So everybody brings some skills on the table. And the aggregation of those skills makes the unit perform better. So it's about working in team. You might be very good, but you cannot do without the other person. When you're studying in college, you will prefer biology over chemistry. But when you make the transition to the corporate life, you have to rather prefer chemistry over biology. A realization that for you to win, the other person need not have to lose. I hope everybody understands Hindi, right? I may use some words in Hindi. आपको जीतने के लिए दूसरे का हारना जरूरी नहीं. आप भी जीत सकते हैं, वो भी जीत सकते हैं, सब जीत सकते हैं. The problem in India is that हमें लगता है कि हमें जीतने के लिए उसका हारना जरूरी है. I'll give you an example. One guy was traveling in an aeroplane, and he was carrying a bucket, open bucket, and there were a lot of crabs in that bucket. So, बगल वाला passenger, the co-passenger told him, "What is this, man? You are carrying crabs in this bucket, and these crabs are so dangerous. Why are you not closing the lid?" Close the lid, otherwise this crab might just jump and sting you. So this passenger said, was carrying the crabs, "Hey, हिंदुस्तान का crab है. ये कूदेगा तो बाकी लोग उसको नीचे गिरा देगा." So this is a problem with us. We always feel that if we have to win, we have to trample over other person. That is not the case. Okay, that's very important. I mean, if we are over here in college life, we want to outshine everybody. We want to be the best. We want to be number one in everything we do. We want to get the highest marks, highest grades. Okay? But in an organization, it does not work like that. These are all soft skills. This cannot be taught in a college. Nobody can teach you these things. These are things which you will learn as the journey travels in life. That's one key attribute, okay? First one is work in teams. Learn the power of working along with people who are not like you, who do not look like you, do not talk like you, and learn to collaborate. Somebody might be weak in something, somebody might be good in something. The aggregation of skills makes a very important team. Second thing is that in an organization, another one important aspect is that you have to stay long to get lucky. Okay? In your life, you have a long life ahead of you. In your life, you are going to be faced with many challenges and many battles you will have to fight, and many battles you will lose. All battles you will not win. Many battles you will lose in life. Okay? And some battles in life needs to be survived, not to be succeeded. You have to stay long to get lucky. Very good parable. I'll give you a very good example. Once Akbar, he went for a war and he caught a prisoner. And he gave the prisoner death punishment. So the prisoner told Akbar, sir, मेरे को please, I will make your horse fly. Give me 6 months time. So Akbar said, okay, I have given you 6 more months time. Make my horse fly. So the fellow prisoner asked him in the jail, yeah, you told that you will make Akbar's horse fly, and you took 6 months extension from it. How will you make Akbar's horse fly? So prisoner said, 6 months time, Akbar may change his word. Akbar may die. The horse may die, or who knows, doors may fly. So you need to really stay long to get lucky. Persistence is the key in a corporate life, and you have to kiss many frogs to find your princess. Okay? So you need to keep chipping at it. It's a daily blocking and tackling. I don't know how many of you heard about C.K. Prahalad. You heard about C.K. Prahalad? No? No or yes? Nobody heard of C.K. Prahalad. Fantastic. Very good. You heard about Michael Porter? No? Again no? Great. So C.K. Prahalad is a guy who wrote the famous book, The Bottom of the Pyramid. Okay, he's a world influential thought leader and he writes great books. And Michael Porter is a very famous guy who wrote the book Sustainable Competitive Advantage. Now what these both people did, they started their own companies. C.K. Prahalad company went bankrupt and Michael Porter's company also went bankrupt. They both wrote the famous books, how to build sustainable companies. So one guy took a lot of courage. Actually, he met C.K. Prahalad in one event. So he took a lot of courage and he went to C.K. Prahalad and said, Prahalad sir, मेरे को कुछ पूछना है आपसे. तो C.K. Prahalad बोलो कि पूछो क्या है? सर आप तो बहुत बड़े आदमी हैं, आप तो बड़े किताब लिखा है, बॉटम ऑफ द पिरामिड सब लिखा है सर. सर ये आपका जो कंपनी जो आपने स्टार्ट किया, सर वो कैसे बंद हो गया सर? So what C.K. Prahalad told you, C.K. Prahalad said that I did not do the daily blocking and tackling. It's called magajmari or khichkich in Hindi. So daily blocking and tackling. Life is not about, in a corporate arena, it's not about making strategies in the boardroom. It's not about thinking about 30,000 feet altitude. It's about the daily blocking and tackling. Okay? There is no strategy. You can read umpteen number of books on strategy. You can study strategy out here. I don't know whether any of your management graduate or you want to do MBA from some institute some point of time in your life. But it's plain going to the ground and working with the consumers, is coming to office on time, is doing all the things yourself. That is very important. When Asim Premji started his company, Wipro, he used to sell the computers on his shoulders. He used to go house by house and sell the computers on his shoulders. I will give you an example now. Okay? Just to reiterate certain important competencies which are required. I was born and brought up in Calcutta, okay, and Calcutta is called the city of joy for different reasons. So when I was studying in school, I was a very shy person, okay, I was one of you, somebody in the corner, not interested in studies, not able to understand what the teacher is speaking, so I used to find a corner in the classroom. When any of my friends came home, I used to tell my mom, okay, tell the friend that, I am actually not well, and I used to hide in the bathroom. So I was so shy. I did not even look at girls till I was 29. It's a fact. Not that I'm looking now, but that time I did not look at her. I was the first guy to come to school and the first guy to leave the school. Very, very nice boy. Okay, very shy. Can't speak. When somebody family engagements and all, I was shy. I never used to go for many of the marriages and engagements and all. So I got a job in Tamil Nadu, in MRF. So I have to travel to people at the back. If you could just pay attention. Hello, at the back. Please pay attention. Okay? That's why I told in the beginning, I hope you have willingly come for this session. If you not willingly come, you can probably leave. So when I got a job in Chennai. So that is the first time I'm traveling from Calcutta and I'm going to Chennai. Okay? Chennai, I know Chennai is in Tamil Nadu and I am a Kerala. So I thought I can manage Malayalam and Tamil. You can manage. You can speak a little bit of Malayalam and get away with it. So when I went to Chennai, I was around 22 years old. I was not able to adapt myself to Chennai because every time there was only Tamil and that time Hindi was taboo. Now also Hindi is not very well received, but it is much better than it was 15, 16 years back. So I struggled to find my feet in Chennai, but I thought, okay, this is training period. After 2 months' time of training, there is posting. So the HR person will come and give you posting. So you just need to survive this period of 2 months, and God willingly, you will get posted somewhere outside in Chennai. So every day in the morning, I religiously pray to God, God, don't give me posting in Chennai. God, don't give me posting in Chennai. So when the D-Day came, the HR manager bought a bundle of papers. It reminded me of my exam time in college when the teacher used to bring the marks. And started reading out everybody's place of posting, and my place of posting was read as Sergeant Samuel, you are posted to Chennai. my God. So this is what I fear the most, and this is where I am. So I am posted in Chennai again, which means I have to work in Chennai now. So I started working in Chennai for a few months. Then I was not, I was not in the mood to work in Chennai. So I was thinking, what should I do? Should I go and talk to my manager and say, look, boss, you post me out of Chennai, post me in Assam here. In Assam, that time was a very dangerous place to go. Post me in Assam, but not Chennai. But before I could do that, I received a call from the HR telling me that the general manager wants to meet you. So when I met the general manager, and the general manager told me that, look, there is a vacancy in the distribution structure, and you have to go to Agra. We are also given an option to go to Ranchi. So Agra, Ranchi, but we would prefer you rather go to Agra. There is no hurry. You go home, you think about it, you come back tomorrow and tell me where you want to get posted. So I went back home to my PG. I used to stay in a PG in Tamil Nadu. I went back to my PG and I did not call my mother and or father or my sister or put in Facebook, what shall I do? I got posting in Agra. Common. In India, everybody gives free advice, but right? So many advice is there, free man. But that doesn't matter. So I decided what to do. So I thought about it like this. Ranchi is 8-hour journey from Calcutta. Every Friday evening, take a train or a bus, go home to Calcutta, eat mom's homemade food, meet with friends. Monday morning, I'll get up and say stomach pain, take one more day holiday and come back. So great. Ranchi is Agra. Where is Agra? I learned Agra is somewhere in UP. Where is Agra? So I was, Agra is very nice, famous for Taj Mahal. But where is Agra? Agra is very far, yeah. Some 36 hours travel to Calcutta. No leaves you will get. You will miss your parents. You will miss your friends. You cannot celebrate festivals. Very, very lonely life, boring life. I'm a young guy, 21 years, 22 years old. I need to enjoy my life. Where the hell I will go to Agra? Not a good place. So I thought about it in the night. I had many nightmares and dreams and all, which I cannot tell you. So when I came back, I met the manager of the company and told, so I will take Agra. He said, good. That was the most important decision I made in my life. And that is the reason why I'm standing in front of you. Okay? You have to push the envelope. You have to work in areas which are unfamiliar, terrains which are unknown, people whom you have never met in your life, and you have to be independent, you have to fall on your own, you have to get up on your own, you have to start moving on your own. In life, everything comes with an expiry date. All your friends will disappear into oblivion. Everybody will go. Nothing will remain. Nothing in life is permanent. Everything will disappear. When you want them, they won't be there. In life, you need to do it alone, yourself. You have to face the music very early in your life. You have to choose between area you know and between areas you don't know. If somebody comes here and gives you a job, Infosys, campus placement, Bangalore, Infosys, campus placement, Punjab, same salary. 90% people will choose Punjab. No? Bangalore. After the session is over, you should choose Punjab. Because the session will be of no use. Very, very honest feedback. Good. I like it. But that's what you got to change. Okay? Change begins with you, with nobody else. This is the most important decision you will make in your life, is location. Do not consult anybody. In life, you have to make your decision and you have to stand by a decision. In retrospect, only you will know whether the decision you made was right or wrong. Nobody can predict the future. Nobody can guarantee and tell you this is what is going to happen in your life. It doesn't happen like that. Life is only good in hindsight. Life is lived forward and thought backwards. You need to make a decision. The choice you make in life becomes a function of your identity. You do not leave that choice to somebody else. It's your life. You got to make that choice. Good, bad, ugly, you got to stand by it. You can't, when you fail, you can't say the world conspired against me. Oh, that was bad. Market was bad. Conditions were bad. That guy gave me a wrong choice. Nobody gives you the choice. You have to make that choice, friends. You have to make it. You have to live with that choice. Get my point? Coming back to the story, okay? So Agra, very, very, very bold guy. Agra, see, I took Agra. Very far away from a place. The manager wanted me to go to Agra, so I've taken Agra. Very boldly I went to Agra. Took a train and went to Agra. So when I went to Agra, my fellow employee said, "आ गिरा, अबे बचेगा नहीं, ये गिर गया." तो मैं बोला, भाई क्या हुआ, क्या प्रॉब्लम है क्या? तो बोला कि बहुत प्रॉब्लम है, इधर आगरा में 7 साल से ये ऑफिस लगाया हमने, आज तक किसी का नौकरी बचा नहीं है, सबको निकाल दिया गया, सैक हो गया सब। तो सैक, शिट मैन, आई विश आई न्यू दिस, तो मैं आता नहीं था आगरा में। तो अभी क्या करूं, अभी तो आ गया, अभी नो ऑप्शन। What is my job? MRF Tires, yeah, 15,000 crore company, Sachin Tendulkar is a brand ambassador, every other car has an MRF tire. What is my job, you know? My job is to sit in an AC cabin with a tie and just smile at everybody, right? 1 o'clock go for lunch, 6 o'clock go home, right? That's not my job. You know what's my job? My job is to carry one briefcase. That time there was no laptop and mobile and nothing like that. Pager was there. I didn't take the pager. So carry the briefcase and go to meet dealers, Punjabi dealers, Mona Punjabi dealers. No offense for anybody who's Mona Punjabi or otherwise. My job is to go and meet the dealers and to meet the truck customers, the transporters, the bus owners, because those are the big tires. Big tire you see in the bus and in the truck. That is the most revenue generating medium for the company, because that's costing 15,000 rupees for a tire. And MRF's market shares were banned. So I have to sell those tires, and every day I have to meet 4 truck customers in the morning. I had a kinetic Honda. To go in the kinetic Honda and all the transport, where all the transporters are there. Then I have to go to the dealer and tell him, sir, आप उनको 2 टायर दे दीजिए ना MRF का. तो the dealer will say, नहीं देगा मैं MRF का 2 टायर. उसके पास 2 गाड़ी है, गाड़ी पलट गया तो पैसा वापस नहीं आएगा. टायर तो उधारी ना बिकता, मैं टायर दे दूंगा उसको. ट्रांसपोर्टर के पास जाता, सर टायर 2 टायर MRF को लीजिए. MRF का टायर मैं लूंगा नहीं, सब फटा हुआ देखिए, आप मेरा गोडन पे देखिए, पूरा MRF का टायर लगाया था, फट गया. इसको पास करिए पहले, पूरा टायर पूरा पास करिए फ्री में, उसके बाद टायर लगाएंगे. Shit man, so what to do? The dealer is not giving tire, the transporter is not buying tire. You know, another one interesting thing, I came from a very sober background, okay? Calcutta, sober, bhalo ache. And went to UP, and over there, the people wish you in abusive language only. Hey, tera kya? गाली क्यों दे रहा? मैं तो कुछ लिया भी नहीं, मिला भी नहीं, पहली बार मिल रहा, तो ऐसे गाली देता. तो मेरे को मालूम पड़ा ये रिवाज है यहाँ, वापस गाली देना चाहिए. मैं बोलता कि तेरा, वो फिर हम दोस्त बन गए, क्योंकि वो वेवलेंथ मैच हो गया. So one day what happened, one of my bosses came from Delhi. His name was Deepak Khan. I remember his name because he's still there in the company. We don't keep in touch though. So he came to Agra and I took him to a place called Sevla. I don't know how many of you are from Uttar Pradesh, but Sevla is around 30 kilometers from Agra. So I took him there. And in my entire 2 years in Agra, I went and saw Taj Mahal once. It is one thing once. एक बार देखना चाहिए. If you have not seen, एक बार देखा मैंने. So I took my boss, sir देखिए ये सेवला है, ये सबसे बड़ा मंडी है ट्रक का. I thought he'll be very happy. तो वो क्या किया? That guy also started bending on a single tire. ये MRF तो इसमें भी लगा नहीं है, इसमें भी बिरला है, उसमें मोदी है, इसी में MRF का टायर तो है नहीं है. क्या है तू, क्या करता है तू, काम करता नहीं है क्या? You told me. कोई MRF का टायर नहीं है, 100 गाड़ी देख लिया मैंने, कुछ भी MRF का टायर नहीं है. So I told him very boldly, sir, 6 months, 6 months, give me. All the tire will be MRF tires. Told him. And he went away, very happy. अच्छा, ठीक है, मैं आता हूँ 6 महीने के बाद. मैं तो बोल दिया, बंदूक से निकला बोल लिया, जुबान से निकला गया शब्द, वापस नहीं आता. तो I thought, अरे यार मैं तो बोल दिया उसको बड़ा हिम्मत करके, सीना चौड़ा करके. अभी क्या, कैसे करेगा मैं ये? How do I go and fit MRF tires in all 100 trucks? Is that some joke or what? This is not some reality show, right? But I did it. In 6 months, all the tires at MRF, at 26 years I became a district manager, I had a chauffeur-driven car. How I did it? In 6 months. You want to know the secret? I'll tell you the secret, okay? The greatest sales guy in the world is not somebody who has got extraordinary intelligence. In fact, we are all ordinary people trying to do extraordinary things. And the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is nothing but a little bit extra. The most smartest sales guy is the one who shoes wears off the fastest. He is the best sales guy. Very simple, I'll tell you. So when I went to Agra, everybody was shouting at me, cursing at me, abusing at me, right? The problem with all of us is that when somebody starts, when we know that इसको phone करेगा एक गाली देगा मेरे को, तो हम phone नहीं करेंगे. We don't call, we don't confront problems. We try to run away from problems because we feel if I call him, he'll abuse me. You will shout at me because I did not give service. I took the problem head on. कितना गाली देगा तो? क्योंकि गाली का भी एक लिमिट है, शब्दों गाली का जो शब्द है उसका भी एक लिमिट है. हाँ सर, गाली दे रहा. हाँ सर, बोलिए सर. और कुछ ऐसे तो क्या बोलेगा? सब बोल दिया, जितना भी गाली मालूम था उसको बोल दिए. Then he, okay, ठीक है. सर हो गया सर, आपका गाली वाली हो गया सर. मैं कुछ बात करूँ क्या? It started off like that. So you should have the guts and the courage to go and face any problem in your life. Do not run away from problems, because if you run away from problems, the problems will chase you, will double the velocity, and then you can't run anywhere. So tackle problems head on, confront it. Okay? It's called hyperbolic discounting in economics. Short-term comfort is a poor substitute for long-term viability. Understand? So you need to confront. So I confronted it. फिर हमारे अंदर में एक रैपो हो गया, वेवलेंथ हो गया. फिर मैंने उनको 2 टायर दे दिया MRF का. उन्होंने MRF का फिट किया. Then I showed them the projected mileage. If this tire runs for so many kilometers, it will give so much projected mileage. Then I made that guy the brand ambassador of MRF tire, that particular transporter. So when I went to next transporter, I will tell, sir, मैं तो अच्छे बोलेगा. सब अपने अपने कंपनी के बारे में everybody tells well. It's like a resume, right? I went to see a person writing resume. I am bad in studies. I failed in class 10. I did bad. Everybody writes I'm good, I'm great, and all. So I will say good things about my organization. Why don't you talk to this guy? So I will dial the number of that transporter, bus fit the tire, and even tell him, लगाइए ना sir, बहुत बढ़िया टायर है, बंदा भी अच्छा सर्विस. So coming from the mouth of another transporter, that's called customer testimony. Coming from the mouth of other customer makes it much, simplifies the selling process. Life is very simple. I'll give you another example. In my, I had a 2-month break, okay, and I decided to work as a sales guy for Yellow Pages. Sales guy, Yellow Pages. मेरा घर में बहुत ज़्यादा इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. हमारे घर में टीवी नहीं था, लेकिन उतना बुरा हालत भी नहीं था कि मैं सेल्समैन का जॉब करने के चले गया. I decided by choice, not by chance. So what is my job? I have to go, I have to knock at everybody's door and sell Yellow Pages advertisement. You know when people come to your house, बड़े-बड़े अपार्टमेंट लिखा रहते हैं, कुत्ता और सेल्स वाले अलाउड नहीं है, right? So when sales people come to your house and knock at the door, you won't even open, you will peep. So लगता है कोई सेल्स वाला है, टाई हुए पहना, खोलते नहीं आप लोग दरवाजा. संडे को आ गया तो आप खोलते हैं दरवाजा, गाली दे, क्या कोई काम नहीं करते, भगा देते उसको. तो ये मेरा काम था. टाई में पहन के जाता था. तो वन फेलो डोर एंड नॉक, सेम थिंग यू विल रिएक्ट. क्या है, कुछ काम नहीं कर, जाओ अब यहाँ से कुछ नहीं चाहिए. दूसरा आदमी का डोर भाग. सो आई नेवर लॉस्ट दैट एंथुसियाज्म. कोई ना कोई दरवाजा खोलेगा और मुझे अंदर बुलाएगा. यू हैव टू बी परसिस्टेंट. When somebody shuts the door at you, which means somebody is going to open the door for you. You cannot give up, because people don't fail. People give up early. Life is about persistence. You just cannot give up. You have to have the same level of enthusiasm, same level of confidence, same level of conviction, and you need to knock at somebody else's door. Very few people make it big in life. Most of the people, after somebody bangs the door on their face, they get dispirited. They'll say, बेकार है, आज का दिन खराब हो गया, मूड खराब हो गया, इसने गाली दी. They go down और नीचे से पूरा एड्रेस नोट करते हैं. फेक कॉल. और अपना बॉस को देते हैं, हाँ मैंने एक अपार्टमेंट गया तो 20 कॉल कर दिए. They will never get far in life. There is no shortcut in life. No shortcut. There is no formula. I don't have a formula like an homeopathic doctor. आपको कुछ भी तबीयत खराब है तो आपको वही लाल पीला नीला टैबलेट देगा. बोले इसको सवेरे दो खाइए, शाम में दो खाइए, ठीक हो जाएगा. मेरे पास कोई फॉर्मूला नहीं. I don't have a formula. I have not come here to give you some magic. There is no fairy tale down the road to tell you, okay, I grant you 3 wishes. Please make the wishes. You'll say, I want a big house, I want a big car. There is no fairy. Life is not a fairy tale. Life is serious stuff, and you won't realize it now. You won't realize it now. You'll realize it a couple of years down the lane. Okay? In our times, pre-1990s, there was only one channel. You know what the name of the channel? Doorkadash. Doorkadash. Because मेरे घर में TV नहीं था, so I used to peep into neighbors' house. Called Doorkadash. And today, how many channels you got? 500 and counting. Okay? And And you don't know what to do. You have so many options, you don't know which channel to see. During our times, there was no multiplex. There was only singleplexes. And people used to stand in long queues, waiting to book tickets. And a movie used to be declared hit if the people start throwing coins, and they have to collect all the coins, and collection में वो भी जोड़ता था. इतना चावल नहीं मिला हमको, तो totally people have booked. That was how. Today, how you are book tickets? You sleep in your bedroom with your legs hanging in the air, and you book 2 corner seat. And you also decide which seat to book. Fantastic life, right? Everything is so fast and so simple, right? So that's called the power of choice. You are blessed with so many choices in your life. You do not know which choice to make. You do not know which choice is going to work for you. You are completely in a dilemma. What should I do? In our time, there were only 2 pairs of shoes. Black shoe and kids, white kids. And we used to steal chalk from teachers and we used to polish our kids. Because so costly polish was. Today, dancing shoes, bathroom shoes, singing shoes, and shoes for what not. So many types of shoes are there. So many types of bags are there. So some bags to show, some bags to store something. Life is so nice, right? India is an aspirational country, 70% people. 70% of India's population is under 25 years of age. All of you sitting out here are on the right side of India's demographic unit. But the problem in India is that everybody wants to be a manager. If you want a good carpenter, you don't know where to find. No, there is no directory for carpenters. There is no directory for plumbers. You have to ask someone, अच्छा carpenter कहाँ मिल जाएगा? Carpenter वैसे मेरा उधर काम है, वो काम खत्म करके मैं आपके पास आएगा. So 1 week you have to wait till that carpenter comes. There is no good loaders, there is no good salespeople, there is no good movers, there is no electricians because nobody wants to become. Everybody wants to become managers, white collar job. Nobody wants to go into the sun and work hard. Okay? Life is very different, very, very different. What I am trying to tell you, I am trying to tell you the truth. I am going to be brutally honest with you. The truth, factual representation of life is. It's up to you. The only thing which stands between you and destiny is yourself. Any one of you sitting out here can make it. Any one of you can make it. It is just not desire. Desire is not good enough. Dreams are not good enough. You have to really slog. It's just hard work. Relentless hard work. Many people I have seen in life, they go to the top, but they do not know how to manage their success. They fall. You need to know how to manage your success because you are working in an ecosystem where there is so much adversities all the time. It is very difficult for you, for anybody to withstand those challenges, but life is like that. Okay? So, while I am being very brutally honest with you, I will also tell you that today is a land of opportunities. There is so much opportunity, there are copious of opportunities available for every one of you out here. The good is not the enemy of the bad, and this grass will grow when people sleep. So many opportunities are there in life. Now you have to decide which is the one you want. Follow your heart. When you make decisions of taking up a career, follow your heart. Do not chase money. You know what is the 2 similarities between both of us sitting out here? All of us out here, there are 2 similarities. You know what is it? 1, all of us have 24 hours. And 2, we will all die. We will all die. Death is an inevitable destination. But we don't know when. If I have 10 rupees in my pocket and if I give 1 rupee to a poor person, what is that called as? Donating. If I have 10 rupees in my pocket, if I give 9 rupees, what is called as? That is called what? There are two ways to look at it. One is that you can say that's charity, because charity should hurt you, and it can also become stupidity. So it's perspective here. Life is just about perspective. Life is a way you want to live it. And the problem with everybody out here is that we are trying to impress somebody else. So life is not about the money in the bank, the car you drive, or the house you stay. Life is about how many people you impacted. That is why people say, be good to people on your way up because you're going to meet them on your way down. Can all of you just take a pledge and say, I am going to be a good human being? Can you say that? That is the most important thing in the long term. Because when you reach my age, you will realize this stage was meaningless. It was nothing. It was not at all fruitful. You will not realize this now. The idea is not to, not to scare you or not to demotivate. Idea is telling you that the realities are very different from the myopic world you have created amongst yourself. And we are talking only from an experience. Now it's purely your call. You can live the life the way you want to. But when the outcome comes, you have to take that outcome in your stride. You can't blame anybody else for that outcome. You have to take that outcome in your stride. But it's your life. And you can live it the way you want to. All of us sitting out here today are working very hard, coming to classes regularly, struggling, running the midnight oil, and studying hard for what? To make our future better. We do not want our tomorrow to be the same as our today. But there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. It's just today you have with you. It's just today. So my submission and my very limited point to all of you sitting out here is that it's your choice, okay? There is no right, there is no wrong. It's just a perspective. But when you make a decision and when you decide that this is what I'm going to do in life, stand by the decision you make. Do not blame the world, do not say that the world was bad. And today is the day for all of you sitting out to make the decision. Today is the time for you to make the decision. Okay? That's all I have to say. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Anything. Any questions you have?
I have a question. So why did you go to Agra?
I thought I told the story.
No, you just told us that you told us the reason you didn't want to go to Agra.
See, I'll tell you. Yeah. So why I went to Agra is that, see, all the decisions I made in my life, okay, whether it was joining sales or going to Agra, was my own decision. Okay. At that point in my career, when I was very young, I was 23 years of age, I did not have the sagacity which I have now, looking behind. I thought that it is important for you to move out from areas which are known, areas where people whom you have never met, be independent, make your own decision and fail. I was prepared to fail. Okay? In 2 years in Agra, I never went home. I never went to my house. I never saw my parents. I disconnected myself and disassociated myself. I was prepared to fail. The problem with people is that they are not prepared to fail. A ship in the harbor is always safe, but that's not what ships are built for. You need to be prepared to fail. You have to fail. Mistakes will make you stronger. Right? So you have to be prepared to fail. So I was very, very clear that maximum I will fail. So I will fail. So be it. But that's the only way I'm going to be successful. If I'm not prepared to fail, I will never be successful. Anything else? Anybody? You all had this sort of sessions before? This therapy sessions? Or is the first time? First time? The sessions? Or you keep on having these sessions? How many of you watch? I will ask you a couple of questions. How many of you like debating? You like to debate on a topic? You like debating? So you watch any channels here in IBN or Times Now? How many of you read Bangalore Mirror or Bangalore Times? I'm sure everybody's hands will go up. Look at opportunities for debating, look at opportunities for, going and standing on the stage, speaking. You may make mistakes, it doesn't matter. But these are all opportunities which you need to really grab on. These are the opportunities which are going to really make you strong and better people. So thanks for your time. I think it's wonderful that all of you have come and spent 45 minutes. I hope that when you go back to your home, at least you manage to just recollect things which are important. One is teamwork. Second is that make the decision yourself. Okay? Do not be influenced by any other person to make the decision for you. Third is that academics are important. I'm not saying stop studying from tomorrow. Okay? Please don't take it as a misleading information. Study hard. Good grades are good, but that is not sufficient. You have to really practice. You have to go and talk to your faculties and say, give me more projects, give me more assignments, give me more platforms where I can show my capabilities. That's all important. And be prepared to fail. Very important, be prepared to fail. There is nobody in the world who has been successful without failing many a times. That's it. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
On behalf of Department of Computer Application in particular and Presidency College in general, I take pleasure in thanking the chief guest of today's session, Mr. Shahjan Samuel, Senior Vice President MAC. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience and inspiring our students. I am sure our students will take your words, make right decisions, face the challenges, confront the problems, and go a long way in life with good people. Thank you so much, sir.
Any questions from students? Do you have any questions? No.